All right, y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in here. We got some good stuff to talk about today, baby. Yes, we do. I want to say happy Memorial Day, y'all. I know some of y'all eating some good stuff right now, barbecue and all that. What y'all cook? Can somebody send me a plate through the video? Okay, that's all I want to know is can I get a plate? Okay, because I know y'all throwing down. Throwing down. Now, I ain't going to hold y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all, but I got to tell y'all that there is a shift happening in the atmosphere. Yes. Well, what does that mean, Queen Bee? Well, I'll tell you exactly. And I got a lot of proof to back it up today. The Democrats did not see this coming, y'all. I must say there has been a shift in the black community. A lot of people are tired of being sick and tired, lied to, abused, and used. These Democrats are losing control. If not, they lost control already, y'all. We all found that out on November 5th. We all are seeing them real time taking place right now of what they represent, their beliefs in, and what they go for, and what they believe in. And they try to use us as if we're some type of pawn. Okay? Adams like this, you know what I'm saying? But people are waking up to the BS. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't even rock. Well, some of y'all feel some type of way about Stephen A. Smith. But if you have not been paying attention closely, y'all, and I'm not just talking about him, a lot of other huge people have been like, wait a minute now, hold up, hang on. He's been reporting more and more about Trump's administration and everything that they're doing. And also paying attention because he's a full-blown Democrat, okay? He was the one that's going to vote for Kamala, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not paying attention and watching very closely, this man is curious. I'm trying to tell y'all, it all starts with that. Wait a minute, hold on. Now, y'all said this, bag it up. Y'all said this, but y'all ain't been doing this. I told y'all mine started with why they after this man Trump? Like, why? What's so big about him? Why? And I got looking into it, and me looking into it was like, whoa. And here I am today. But it just goes to show you that how much more do you think that you can beat up on people and lie to them and think that you're going to get the same results every time? Eventually, that person's going to be like, oh, hell no, I'm tired. I want change. So with that being said, y'all, we about to dive into the video. I'm getting into it with my boy Stephen A. Smith. This is coming straight from Jason Cohen on X, y'all. That's Jason Journal DC on X if y'all want to follow this guy. Stephen A. Smith says Black Americans are awakening to Dems' failures. Let's dive into the video.
Along the way, you forgot about us. And why? Because you know you have our vote. Because that's been the case since the mid-'60s. The GOP knows for the most part they don't. And as a result, Black America are the one disenfranchised group in the United States of America. Some black people have risen up and said, enough of this nonsense. We might as well try something new because how is this working for us? That's how we look at it. That's how a lot of us are looking at it. And that's why our eyes are opening. And as somebody who talked to a lot of black athletes, a lot of black folks, before he ever began running for president, I told you that about Trump. He kind of knows this because it's the kind of message he received, which I believe played a role in encouraging him to run back in 2015, 2016. Along the way, you forgot about us. And why?
Now, this is coming from a high-profile voice like Stephen A. Smith, y'all, even saying this out loud. Okay? Let's just be real here. This isn't a working Republican or anything like that. Just talking. This is actually real frustration coming from not only Stephen A. Smith, but a lot of people. A lot of people. All right, y'all, let's keep this thing going. Shall I show more? Okay? Regardless if the videos are old or new. They could be old to you, but new to somebody else that's on this journey trying to find out why these black folks is shifting. Let's get into it. Coming straight from Vote Socialist 24, Claudia De La Cruz, y'all. Let's get into it.
Every time Democrats are facing a crisis of legitimacy, they expect for Black and brown people to come to their rescue. While they never deliver on their promises or fight for our rights and advancement of the quality of our lives. In 2020, Obama said rap music contributed to Black men voting for Trump, as if it was rap music that bailed out the banks instead of the people during an economic crisis, or bombed 8 countries. or deported the highest number of people in U.S. history. It wasn't rap. It was 8 years of the Obama-Biden administration. Just a few days ago, Obama delivered yet another condescending message to black men. And the premise of his message was that if black men loved the black women in their lives and are supportive of black women's leadership, then they would vote for Harris. As if Harris has not been riding shotgun to a genocide, or has not contributed to mass incarceration.
Come on.
Or doesn't represent the billionaire class, the banks, corporations, and the military contractors that consistently and constantly sacrifice the lives of black working people. Harris has made it really clear that the one thing she would definitely do differently from Biden is to offer a seat to a Republican in her cabinet. Just a few days before the election, Harris rolls out her plan to promote black small businesses, getting a Republican in her cabinet, and promoting black entrepreneurship does not mean an end to white supremacy or lifting the majority of black people out of poverty. We do not deserve less than black liberation and the collective economic and political power to improve our lives. Our Vote Socialist campaign believes that black liberation is way past due, and it can only be achieved through reparations, stopping cop cities, divesting from policing and investing in the development of our black and brown neighborhoods, dismantling mass incarceration, livable wages, free education, healthcare, dignified and affordable housing. Black liberation is guaranteeing full and dignified lives for all black Americans. Obama's remarks are a clear indication of the Democrats' lack of respect and accountability to the black community.
Let's go.
Neither Obama or the Democratic Party as an institution will ever take responsibility for the deepening crises our people experience, and that disproportionately impacts black and brown communities. From police terror to mass incarceration, unemployment, food insecurity, homelessness, climate change, and so much more.
Keep naming them,
Black
girl.
faces in high places have never changed the conditions of the majority of everyday black working class people. The weaponization of identities and culture is a tool of both Democrats and Republicans. And we must not forget that, and we must not allow it. Neither Democrats or Republicans have any moral authority and should not get a pass to scold, be patronizing, or pass judgment on working people, especially black people, and in particular, black men, in order to get a vote. Both parties are responsible for waging decades of war on black America. Voters from any racial or gender identity must consider more than race and gender for a presidential candidate. Their political track record, donors, and alliances are important indicators of what we can expect, not promises or superficial statements. And as voters who are part of the majority of society, we should not stand for mediocrity or less than what we deserve.
Coming straight from Claudia, y'all, on how she feel. Straight up. So we seen Stephen A. Smith. Now we got Claudia's side, her point of view. You know what I'm talking about. So it just goes to show you. It's like, why do these Democrats, every time they fail, they run back to the black voters as if it's a fire escape? You get what I'm saying? Like, but they never deliver any people and are finally like noticing it. They're never delivering any of the people, and the black people are finally waking up and they noticing it, y'all. Real talk. Now, she said something about reparations in there. Y'all already know how I felt about that. I already dropped the video about that. So we going to keep that thing moving. We going to keep that thing moving. Because I ruffled a few feathers with that one. And I'm just going to check it out if you ain't checked it out already. I gave my thoughts, baby. We finna keep this thing rolling. All right. So former black BLM activist, Xavier. Black men are sick of being reduced to being expected to think with our skin color. We have seen how terrible the Obama-Biden-Harris trilogy has been for our country. Let's dive into it, y'all. Let's go.
degrading, and black men are sick of being reduced to being expected to think with our skin color. We have seen how terrible the Obama, Biden, Harris trilogy has been for our country. It has completely demoralized our country, and quite frankly, Obama has no credibility because this is the same man who heavily endorsed Joe Biden, and we all can feel in our pockets and we can see it for sure at our border just how terrible the Biden-Harris administration has been for our
Facts.
country. And Obama admitted himself back in an interview with Steve Colbert that if he could, he would run our country from an earpiece down in the basement. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's exactly what he's doing. It's absolutely degrading.
Yep,
And
he said it.
I showed the clip. I
showed the clip not too long ago, y'all. So based on what the Democrats, you know what I'm saying, they running on, y'all. Race pondering, race baiting, cheating, fear mongering. All of these things, they don't really bring anything to the table like that. And we are seeing it, and black folks are witnessing it real time today. And if you're not, you need to clean your eyeballs out and wake the hell up. Real talk. Wake up. This is the Democrats' problem, y'all. No real solution. Just division. Let's keep this thing moving on Memorial Day, y'all. Let's keep this thing rolling. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So, the Black American are telling it like it is. Let's get into it, y'all.
So, what I want to know is, what is the Democratic Party running on? What are their talking points as far as what they're going to do for America? Because it seems like to me, all I hear them talking about is race pandering, race baiting, cheating, fear mongering. That's all. That's all I see. That's why I could never vote Democrat. So what I want to know is...
So she named it.
What is...
She named them. Okay? And that's all they got, y'all. And let's see, has it been working? Has it? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know in the comment section. Has this been working? Exactly. Not at all. Y'all, we're going to keep this thing moving. We are going to keep this thing freaking moving. All right, y'all. So this next clip is just showing you coming straight from Wall Street Apes. Black podcast unify in the message for all the audience to finally reject the Democrat Party. Let's get into the video, y'all.
Making sure it's us. All the black podcasts that aren't asking permission anymore. Asking the
Hang on, y'all. I'm trying to make sure because the volume kind of low in my ear. Let me turn some stuff up real quick and see if I can get this message a little louder because I don't want the audio going in and out. Hopefully it don't. So it's showing everything turned up on my end. Make sure it's turned up on the video. It's turned up to the max on the video. Okay. Let's get into it.
That's making sure it's us. A lot of black podcasters.
I'm one.
That aren't asking permission anymore. Asking they're not asking the Democrats. They're putting the information out there, and people are picking up their iPhones and they're hearing it, and they're responding to it because they can check it now. They ain't got to listen to your lies no more. All that stuff about picking cotton and going to the back of the bus, and they're gonna put you back in chains. Hey, you ain't fooling these people. That
not no more.
They're too smart for it now. You making fool some of these older black people marching and fighting and sweating and crying and all that kind of stuff. Not these young ones. That's making sure Biden lose.
And these are facts, y'all. The Democrats are dang near playing their whole hand of cards, y'all. They don't even know what to play no more. They have played them deck of cards out, baby. They played them out. Like, it's a wrap. Now, in reality, y'all, you still gonna have some born diehard Democrats. And that's just unfortunate. Like, you gonna have these people go to the grave being a true born Democrat. And I thought that's okay, because I mean, if that's what you rock, that's what you believe in, them your beliefs, okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna be able to save everybody here, y'all. The Democrat Party thought they owned the black vote, so well, we see how that turned out November 5th. And it's not just ours either. It was, everybody contributed into this November 5th. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are saying eye to eye, and we all wanted change. And so that's what we went out and did. Now, midterms, and I'm gonna keep stressing this up, is coming up. Y'all want to be able to sleep peacefully at night and stuff like that, then y'all better make sure y'all get out there and go vote come midterms, okay? Because Trump is definitely turning this thing around. And some of you ungrateful people are still going to complain and whine and cry and boo hoo 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 about you not seeing no change, and you just the one that's just asleep. You just the one that's just asleep. Democrats have no more power, y'all. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for them. And to think that y'all could sit here and continue to play with the black people, the black community, and don't nobody get offended, because I know everybody plays a role in voting and all of that. I'm just saying, Kamala Harris, when she was running her campaign and stuff, she thought bringing black celebrities twerking and all this other type on stage was something that was going to bring black voters. This is just the stuff that they be doing, because they sit here and they be thinking these folks is just dumb and stupid. In reality, we not. We way smarter than what they think.